Hi everybody! So this one here is going to be about our spotter and everything else. Now we're going to be testing out a few things first. We have a closer chest, we have a Fenris chest, and we have a yaw gear and a Cesca. So we have 3 of these that we're going to test out to see what helps this build out. Basically what takes away from players and gives you the best damage. Now before we get into this, I have a king breaker here. It is not maxed out. I'm still waiting on my clan to get on, and they're going to help me get some watch points. We're going to max this sucker out. Second is we have a shotgun, so if they get close and personal, we have a backup weapon to take them down. Now with this, I am still missing some crit chance here. Now I have chose to go to Companion, and I will explain and show to you why. Companion is an underrated talent, especially for spotter builds. So with this, I want to go ahead and showcase some of the damage. As you see, we got crit chance, crit damage everywhere. We got Petrov gloves, and we got Overlord knee pads for the multiplicatives. 3-piece here, and as our stats are sitting at, again, because we're missing 6% crit chance, we're talking about should be at 44, and 141 would be the max with this type of build. Now if we put the Cesca on, we could definitely hit 48, and if we had the other 6%, we'd be at about what, 54% crit chance. And for the pulse, we are at 99.9% pulse resistance. So let's see some damage numbers and see what we got. So set this for close. Again, make sure we got this thing on heroic. Okay, we're good. And for some reason it did not switch to veteran. It's probably because I'm about to get delted again. Nope. Okay. I don't know why that sucker went to red, but okay. Alright, we got normal. Let's make sure. Okay, red. Veteran. Okay, so as you can see right there, we just pulsed him. So the laser pointer, of course, all y'all know, the laser pointer will instant pulse. So as you can see, that little purple square up there, that's pulsed. As you can see, if I just look over here, I'm not aimed at anything. I'm just looked over here. Nothing is pulsed, but if I aim at it, see how it's got those little bars above it, but they're still not pulsed. There is a deal in the system where the laser pointer does not always pulse. So because it's not pulsed, we're going to make sure it's pulsed by seeing the little square. Now that's the thing, a lot of people are mistaking that I just aim at something and it's pulsed. Players themselves will also get a little square, typically around their neck area. If you don't see that square, they didn't actually get pulsed. So I had one guy, I think it was AGT guy, comment on one of my videos about not getting the pulse. That's a lot of problems. A lot of people are not seeing that square. Don't see that square, they were never pulsed. Because when you get pulsed right here above where you see the shield armor right there, or the armor bars, if you get pulsed, you will get that symbol that shows up that says, hey, you've been pulsed. So let's see some damage numbers. Not bad. Missing, but I can show you between this one. Let's do that. Let's show you the difference between this and this. We have a black market AKM. Side-by-side comparison. One has the same amount of damage, and yet one's still sitting a little bit less. We're at 92 and 97. One's at 600 RPM, the other one's not. So let's take a look at the King Breaker. King Breaker's right here. 548 to 590. AKM, same thing. Make sure we got the pulse on the side. Okay, it's pulsed. 552, 540, 618, 552. Now you can see it's not pulsed. because we didn't get the square. Did y'all see that? I hope y'all saw that. You see I didn't have the square? That's a key indicator. There's the square. Now let's see if we get the damage. 548. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of y'all are not looking for that square. That square is a key indicator or not you actually pulse something. Not the fact that they're aimed with the laser pointer. So because of that, again, we're hitting 528 with that line. There's a square. 552. One's will pretty much hit the exact same. They'll hit almost the exact same. This one might hit a little bit harder because the kicker versus this one. Literally, let's see. You should try Dark Winter, Sokolov gloves, Coyote Mask with the Heartbreak. Yeah, I've been testing. But what I'm going to show is this right here. We're going to switch builds. So that's this version. Okay, we are 100% pulse resistance, and we're still getting the pulse out. With Companion, it didn't show Companion. Let me show Companion. I forgot to show Companion. So let's get the extra damage out. There's the pulse. 635. Kingbreaker version. So look at that, 631, and it's still not even maxed out. They're literally hitting for 4K less, and I'm not even fully maxed out. Now, this is why I'm running Canyon. Now, this is my version with a laser pointer, because a pointer does not all the spot that you're looking for. This is my version. This one guarantees the spot. Why? Because this thing does a constant spot. This one here will spot for 7 whole minutes. 414 seconds of a duration. On top of that, we're going to get extra scan range when we max this thing out to level 20. Now, the reason why I use this one is for one reason. Watch this. In the dark zone, this thing stays by you. It pulses everything around you within 60 meters. You don't have to send it out and do anything, and that's why I use Companion. But again, we're missing some crit chance here. So again, with these stats, we're hitting for 43 and 41. Why am I getting more? Because I was able to take the laser pointer off and do that with the AR. So let's show you. Now we get crit chance. So those who can't yaw gear back, headshot crit, and you can't get back, that's how you get the extra crit chance out. On top of this, if I'm back here and my teammate is up here, my teammate in front of me gets that headshot damage. And you can see the target was, it is on a pulse. That little area is going to continuous pulse. See how it goes away and comes back? Look at that. Goes away, comes right back. It's a continuous pulse. That is how you want to get you. See, look at it. It keeps pulsing everything out there. And I get Companion. So 631. Still hitting for the same. We just critting a little bit more too, because we have more crit chance. Now, doing this also allows me to put on decoy here, duck down, drop a decoy, run away from a player, still have my drone, and still be able to pulse. Because I can send my drone out here in a corner, say against a wall, where they can't shoot it, and it pulses and lets my teammates know where the ads or the players are at. So that's how I get my extra damage out. On top of that, the bad part is, if you were to call this out and we're not inside the firing range, I would not be getting Companion, because this sucker goes up way high. So let's go show y'all what I mean by that. Hey, how you doing? Get to the chopper! So, right here, we can call it out. And you see it's right by me, we have companion. If I do this, it's too far up to get companion. I am literally standing right on it. I do not get companion. So, if you do companion with this, you'd have to make sure that you only have it floating beside you, like so. Now, I can run around all day long, and the cool part is this scanner drone, when we max it out, again, is going to get an extra 20% in range. That is going to equate to almost 72 meters away. That is the farthest that your AR can shoot. That's where the bullet damage drop-off ends, is 72 meters. So whatever you pulse, the moment you pulse it, it will literally be the farthest damage that you can get out of this, telling you that that's where you can start shooting. So let's demonstrate by where we start to pulse. Boom. See, they're pulsed. See, they're still getting pulsed. See the little ring around them? It's a constant pulse. And let's see how far they are away. There it goes. They're pulsed. Now that they're pulsed, it's a constant pulse. As y'all can see, it doesn't stop. It continues all this time. And by you playing farther back is going to allow your teammates to get that headshot damage. So let's go back to the shooting range, and now we're going to test out which chess piece is better. Fenris, the Y'all gear, and we could do the Catharsis mask or the Cesca. So we have 3 chess pieces. Let's go see which one of these is going to help us out the most. So again, if y'all didn't catch this and y'all are just now jumping in, you might want to go back and rewatch the video when it's done. But again, this is going to show you how to get companion and give your teammates damage, and at the same time get a continuous pulse for 7 minutes. And that is again using this. It's a 7-minute long duration and a continuous pulse at about 70 meters once it's maxed out. So now that we have this, and I'll demonstrate again while we're in here. Let's make sure we have, okay, it's still on heroic. Okay, let's set it for veteran because that's a player with 1.5 armor. Okay, so we have the target right here in front of us. So we're going to test this chess piece first. We're going to see what the damage numbers are. We're going to test the Fenris, and then we're going to test out the Cesca. Now, I have a red on this Cesca, so what I'm going to do is, on that, I'm going to go and put blue armor here on this one, and we will see what the damage numbers are. Okay? So that way we have 5 blues, 1 red. Alright, so let's see what we got for damage numbers. Alright, we got companion, we got spotter. Again, we're looking for the square. That square tells us it's pulsed. 631, 683 on the high side. That's on the health. So roughly 631, 274. 631, 274. Anybody want to type that in there for me so I can remember it? Because I'm horrible at remembering some of these numbers without writing it down. 631, 274. Do. Alright, Fenris. Okay, let's test it out. Now, again, we have armor. We're not losing any crit chance. We're not losing any crit damage. We're still at 43, 141. We have Fenris. 631 to 643. Fenris beats that one. So, Fenris. Now, me personally, I would not use the Fenris because I also want to have this. So I would find a Walker and Harris, which means the weapon damage already beats that one. So again, we're sitting at 643 now versus 631. So we beat it by 12k in damage. And again, that's even with a weapon that's not even maxed out. Look at that. So let's go and test the Cesca. Before I do that, again, like I said, it's one extra red, so let me roll the red off. Oop, not expertise, recal. Holster. Yes, I got the parts. Thank you. Okay, so now we're back to this. So now we've got more crit chance, so our bullets will crit more. So we may not see more in damage numbers, but we might see more crit damage numbers, which still leads to more damage in total. So let's try that. Do. Veteran. Why are you still red? Get out of here. Alright. Square up top. Okay, we got companion, and let's go. Yeah, we're definitely critting more. We saw 655, but that's on the health, so let's see if we can get it. 604. Yep, we saw 604, so definitely less. But we're seeing more bigger numbers total because we have more crit chance. So all we've gone is made sure that we crit more. So either one is a Fenris or a Cesca is just as good. So, because we're able to crit more bullets, we're hitting those higher numbers more often, we can go with a Cesca. So, it's really going to be player's choice at that point. You can do the Fenris or you can do the Cesca. That's if you're just going to stick to ARs. Now, again, me, personally, I would not run the Fenris because I want to be able to do the same amount of damage with this one. So, I would do a Walker and Harris. That's just me. You do you, okay? You take care of you. If that's how you want to play it, you want to do the Fenris, by all means, go do Fenris because you want to do more damage with your Kingbreaker. But, again, this is 100% pulse resistance. It's giving us pulse, a constant pulse, for 7 whole minutes. And we're getting spotter and companion at the same time. So, again, rather than using vigilance, this here is my way to go because I can just continuously do damage. But that's on you guys. If you don't want to do it that way, by all means, go over here and roll vigilance on your backpack. You know, the problem is trying to find one. Now, the good thing is the devs decided to do us at least one good grace, and y'all gear and system corruption are dropping like crazy in the DZs. So if you get a chance and the DZ says backpacks, I suggest go out there, go farm, and find you a bunch of y'all gear, and you should be good. But again, the reason why we run this is because we get the pulse from here. It gives our teammates this ability to see where the enemies are. They'll see that line. They'll know where players are coming from. And if you do it this way, basically by doing so in this form, your teammates will also get more headshot damage because they're going to be closer to the target than you are. And it's going to give them a constant pulse, so all you have to do is just run spotter and companion. They could play beside each other's, and you get a medic, and then you got 3 just straight damage builds running side by side with the extra ability of free spotter. On companion for sure. That what they need to do, honestly, K and Q, is they need to come out with perfect damn talents on everything. They need to come out with a perfect companion. They need to come out with perfect every one of these talents. Like, they've got perfect opportunistic, but they don't have a perfect safeguard. Where's the perfect safeguard at? That would be nice to see. How about a perfect creeping death? So, but again, this drone has got a duration of 414 seconds. Now, like I was showing the other day, is this. because I stopped at 13 after seeing all the craziness. I took a look at the tactician drone, which I'm using. It gets scan range, which means I'm going to get an extra 20% scan range, which means I'll be able to see them farther and farther away. So the moment this drone spots an enemy player or an NPC is the moment I can actually shoot, because that, again, ladies and gentlemen, is right where this damage drop-off drops at the very tip. So you can see where it drops, right where it says drop, drops right there. That's about 25 meters. Out there to that last part down at the very, very bottom, that's around 60 meters to 70 meters. So right there is where that scanner pulse will pick them up. That tells me that I will have damage or start gaining damage on that player. So again, that's the end for this one. Later on tonight, I'll be doing some testing and bringing forth this build on probably a build video and stuff. I might do my build video tomorrow or tonight, depends on which. But I will be ending this stream here shortly because I just wanted to bring y'all this. But the reason why I'll be showcasing that stuff later on is once some of my teammates get on, we'll go into the DZ and I'll show y'all how this build works versus Heartbreaker for sure, to make sure that the devs either fix it, or if it has been fixed, or if we're still seeing issues, because again, we're sitting at 100% pulse resistance, 99.9, which is 100%. So we're going to be seeing if anything actually does get some damage or not. We're not going to mess up like some other players have done. We're going to actually test the headshot to see if we get pulsed, and we'll be using not this build, but we'll be using we'll say this build right here. We'll use the pistol build, so that way we don't have any pulse resistance except for the 50%. So we'll be testing that out later as well to see what, like, if they can get the pulse through the shield, the big bulwark shield, and so on. So y'all be safe out there and be blessed.